Visible protrusion.
Oh,
It's not so
yes.
big. I'm gonna point to it. Makes this up to Duval. It was in Jacksonville, that's right. I forgot about that.
What up, nerds, and welcome to another viral episode of Straight Chilling, the weekly horror movie review show where you chill and we kill, slice, dice, and chop up yet another horror movie. My name's Bob. I'll be your host for the evening. This is episode 588, recorded on Sunday, July 12th, 2026. Tonight, we are talking about a brand new movie. It is Faces of Death from 2026, of course, now on Shudder. Before we get into it, let me introduce everyone else on the show tonight. First up, calling in from Washington, D.C., we got your boy, Rand Diesel. What's up, man?
What's up, baby? 904 Duval ass motherfucker.
Duval ass.
That very, very briefly and then move on.
Yes, indeed. Your boy Jig Diesel bringing the tunes tonight.
Oh, hell
The
yeah,
hits.
dude.
Nothing. Oops, all hits.
Chicken with it.
Next, but certainly not least, we got your boy Soju calling in from Seoul, South Korea. What's up, dog?
What up? It's your boy Duval Stains. Whoa.
The
Boys,
hits.
our hometown is in this film, boys.
Represented, yeah.
In name only.
Actually, you know what? When there was this shot, well, we'll talk about it later, but there was a shot, and I was like, "Oh man, they must have shot this in Florida," because this guy in the house style or whatever. And then they're like, "Oh, Jacksonville." So I don't know. It like made me think of Florida at least.
I think the whole thing was shot in, if not exclusively New Orleans, Louisiana.
Really? Okay. The
Yeah.
neighborhood where they were driving, the sky. Well, I guess Louisiana
It's all
sky is
flat.
similar.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
It's all just real flat.
It looks
Okay,
like, yeah,
fair
New
enough.
Orleans.
Yeah,
That's
there
around
was
here.
like, I think on the news story, an image of like the Jacksonville skyline for half a second, but
Yeah.
I think that's probably about it. Anyways, yeah, we're talking about the new Faces of Death, now on Shudder. Check it out. Before we get into the review, though, let's tackle a little bit of housekeeping real quick. We got our August poll currently posted over on our Patreon website. If you guys support us at the $5 level or above, you get the chance to vote on a movie we're talking about this August. The theme for August is movies Juice hates. We are torturing the shit out of Juice in August.
Yeah, baby.
And those three movies that
I've been
he
waiting on this
he's
for a
wait-
long time.
way too excited about it.
Patiently waiting my turn.
Having the inverse effect
Ooh.
that we intended. The three movies that we're trying to torture Juice with are The Happening, House
Oh
of
no.
1,000,
Oh.
House of 1,000 Corpses.
Oh,
Stop.
no.
Please don't. And of course, The Strangers Chapter 2.
Oh, I hate it so much. Bob, how those numbers looking?
Please stop. Same as last week. Everybody just fucking hates Strangers Chapter 2 way too much to vote on it. So it's got a goose egg. 0 votes on that. Second place, The Happening with 29% of the vote. And first place, still rocking with House of 1,000 Corpses with
Whoa.
71% of the vote.
71%.
You could be 1001.
How does the cabal feel about this poll, Bob? How
The
does Miss
Cabal's probably
Cabal-
not watching any of this shit. Like, honestly.
The old cabal, a thing that we very clearly define for new listeners.
The Cabal and Ball, just whatever.
Yep.
Get those votes
Oh
in
my
before the end of
God.
July and help us choose which movie to best torture Justin with in August. We're dropping minicasts over on Patreon every other Friday. Most recently, we got your boy Rand Diesel talking about Lord of the Flies. That is now
Oh
available
yeah.
for you.
Ooh.
Hell yeah,
Uh,
dog.
Next up, dropping on Friday, July 17th, you're gonna have your boy me talking about uh, The Terror Season 3 Devil in Silver.
Oh,
Also on Shudder currently
that a
for your
horror series,
eyeballs.
Bob?
Yeah, The Terror. It is a horror series. The first season, at least, was produced by Ridley Scott. I don't know if he's still involved at this point.
I believe it's
Um,
Ripley Scott Baum.
Rip, Rip. You know,
I think it's
I think you're
Ridley
right.
Scarn, Bob.
You're correct. But yeah, the first season was about that ship from like the early 1800s, like trying to carve a new path in the north and
Mhm.
getting stuck in the ice.
You were a big fan of
And
that.
then
I remember.
yeah, I loved it. The second season was about the Japanese internment camps in America during World War II. And then
Oh,
this,
You were a big fan of that. The internment camps, not the film.
I skipped over season two actually. I heard a lot of negative things about it.
Oh, really?
Um, Season three is it's more modern. It's like the early 2000s set in New York City, and it's about this guy who gets arrested
that
and
was
dropped
forever
off
ago.
at a yeah, I know. Gets dropped off at a psych ward because the cops don't really feel like having to do the paperwork to actually take him to jail, so they just drop him off at the psych ward. And there's a lot of really fucked up shit going on there.
Oh
It's
boy.
Actually, I think Randy, you would probably get a kick out of it because I know you're really big into One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. It kind of has that vibe a little bit going for it.
So like the unwilling committed
Oh yeah,
situation.
big time for
That's
sure.
that's a legitimate like that's something that scares
Fear.
me
Me
like
It's
in
too.
conceit in
terrifying.
general. Like
Yeah,
Me too,
dude.
the
man.
idea of being held against her will and not being able to like I don't know.
Yeah.
Luckily, I
You
have
know.
good friends who would bust me out, boys.
Dude, I would fucking bust you out. You are correct.
Uh,
It stars Dan
Randy would
Stevens.
not bust
uh,
me.
I'll
I'd
get
like to
you out.
remain out.
I'll get you out of there.
Don't
Um,
try to touch my spaghetti!
I'll
Yeah,
remember
check.
that, Randy, when you're locked up.
I know
Just
it,
leave
buddy.
his ass. Check out The
We have
Devil
an
in Silver
agreement.
on Shudder right now, and then yeah, keep your eyes and ears peeled for my thoughts dropping Friday the 17th. Also, at the time of you listening to this episode, we will have just dropped yet another bonus interview on our main feed. Your boy Soju interviewing Damian McCarthy for the second time on the show.
Yes, this
Ooh.
time talking
A
about
little under the shirt
Hokum.
action this time.
We're progressing.
Damn!
Our
Hey, Damien.
relationship is getting better.
What
Round and
that
second.
chest do? Yeah, it's getting
That's
better.
weird.
By better, I mean sexual.
Yeah, I got a chance to sit down and speak with Damien yet again, following up his big hit Hokum, and he gets to talk about some upcoming projects as well. It seems like he's going to be cranking them out, which is awesome. He's got a lot of ideas, and
Nice.
I'm eager to see them. So yeah,
How many of
Me
them
too.
involve podcasters?
And more specifically, the three of us.
we're pinning a
Yes.
deal as we speak.
I can do a really good Irish accent. So.
Oh,
Hit us with it, Bob. Go.
Yeah, I've heard.
Tell us about your show. Tell us about your shillelagh right now.
No, I'll do it on the day. I'll do it on the Damien. Just
Okay.
fly me out. And,
We'll do it
and-
live. Damn it.
Yeah, for sure. Well, actually, I think that's it. I think we got some other stuff coming up, but I'll stick a pin in that and talk about it next week, I guess. Anything else you guys need to plug?
Not me, man. I'm all set.
I think my house is clean this week.
All right.
And you're clean too, right, Bubby?
Squeaky.
This house is clean.
All right, let's get into the main event. We're talking about Faces of Death, and we're kicking it off with the back of the box.
What's on the back of the box?
Bob, you had a fake box this time. I don't know. What do you
Mhm.
think? You think if this one had a box, you'd buy it?
Faces of Duval right there. The bootleg version.
Faces of Dew.
Ooh, I don't know about that movie, Bob. Face of
Yeah.
Duval. That might
Oh.
be something I don't want to see.
I want
That's
to
a-
see that on
That's a
4K.
leathery,
I've been to
leathery,
Duval.
overly
It's
tanned
It's
face.
not
I
a
can
lot of
tell you that.
beautiful faces, right?
Hey, we got 3 beautiful faces right here. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Is nice.
Jury's still out on that
I
one.
didn't
This is
become
nice.
beautiful until I got out of Duval. So
Yeah, you look so different.
I got that.
We're all
Korean
Duval
face
10s,
now.
but
I
we're
got-
we're
Duval.
universally 3s.
Duval 10s.
Oh, that's fucking funny.
The old
Oh.
10, eh, boys?
We got the
old
old 10. We're talking about Faces of Death. Yeah, this is not available on disc yet. I'm sure it will be. Shudder is pretty good about putting their releases on Blu-ray, but they'll probably let it roll for a few months just on their platform. This had like a pretty small, a limited theatrical run. I was able to see it in the theater. And yeah, now it's on Shudder for you to check out. But Faces of Death, I think you might be able to rent it on VOD as well as watch it on Shudder. I'm not 100% sure about that though. This is rated R with a runtime of 1 hour and 37 minutes. This is written and directed by Daniel Goldhaber, and this stars Barbie Ferreira, Dacre Montgomery, some other lovely folks. Plot synopsis brought to you by IMDb is as follows. Margot Romero, a content moderator haunted by a viral tragedy, must track down a sadistic filmmaker who recreates legendary snuff cinema to silence the internet's obsession with her own past trauma. Gentlemen, brand new release, first time watch for all of us. Would you recommend folks at home check out Faces of Death? Rand Diesel, kick us off.
I'd give it a pretty medium recommend, I think. Not a hyper heavy recommend. I think that, if you're looking for something that follows in the tradition of the original, is not quite that, but it is a pretty serviceable little movie to toss on. I don't have a lot to add to that. Yeah, medium.
Serviceable from your boy Rand Diesel. Put it on the box. Juice, what about you?
No, not really, honestly. I didn't really care for this too much, and I don't think, it's streaming, so you could toss it on, but I don't really think I would recommend it to somebody to toss on though. So of the horror films that have come out this year, this is not one I think I would really recommend for people to check out. Bob, how about you? Would you recommend people check this out?
I'm alone in my principles on this one, I think.
Oh.
Yeah, I would actually.
Prince-
I liked it pretty good.
Oh wow. Well, okay, I'm gonna have a good discussion this week.
Yeah, at least
As opposed to other weeks when we
where they
Yeah.
just suck ass.
Finally, we've been
constantly.
mining for gold, digging through shit for episodes.
Yeah, I think to Randy's point, like I've never seen the original. I know this is not like the original, obviously. If that's something that you just love and were hoping for more of, this is really not going to do it for you. But I think when it comes to a sort of interesting take on like rebooting an old franchise in a kind of different, more modern way, I thought this was done pretty well and had some interesting things to say. And honored the original still, as far as I can tell. Anyways, so yeah, I liked it and generally would recommend it. So that sounds like a medium, I guess, average
Yeah, we'll kind of balance out
from
there,
the three
huh?
of us.
Yeah.
Yeah, medium to loose
Yeah.
recommend.
But yeah.
I'm loose.
From the Straight Chilling crew. The standard. Fucking watch it if you wanna.
Fucking yeah.
Fucking do
I
what
think
you
that's
want.
just going to be my modus operandi moving forward.
Sure,
if
we
it
can
sounds
tell
interesting
you.
to you,
Watch
then
it
I
if you
recommend
want.
it for you.
Who are we to say? I don't know. We're just idiots. But yeah, check out Faces of Death. We're gonna be spoiling the shit out of this movie, and here comes your warning.
Spoiler warning.
Oh, Bob, do you have that plot synopsis?
Ooh, juice. I do.
Bob.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Boys, it's spooky season. We need to remind everybody. I
Pumpkins.
Thank you.
posted a thing. I think I did. Maybe I just posted this on Instagram. I'm going to put it on the Slack. But for some reason, I went to this restaurant in Korea, and they had this little display, and it was for a dish that has pumpkin in it, but it was all Halloween style. Like, it had jack-o'-lanterns, like a little ghosty, and I was like, this is fucking awesome. It was in the middle of Bucheon. And then today, I bought a coffee. I don't know if you could see it, and there's like a little ghosty on it. I don't know why. Shit. No.
It's so ghostly. It's invisible.
Oh my god, it's transparent.
Oh,
There he is.
There's a
I saw it.
snowman
I
too,
saw it.
though.
I saw it.
Yeah, there's like a little ghosty on there, and I was like, hell yeah, Korea knows what's
Was there a
up.
snowman too? I don't know.
No, he's another
That's just
ghosty.
Justin.
He's got
Oh,
a hat
okay.
on, yeah.
It kind of flashed on for a second.
There's
got a
two
hat.
ghosties, and then I don't know why. I'm not really sure why, what it's promoting, but I was excited. Yodam Bomb, so summer nights. I guess that's something about ghosts, summer nights. But I was excited.
Oh hell yeah, we
I
like
haven't
it.
seen any Halloween decorations out in person because I try to like not shop. But apparently they're already starting to come out with them in stores. So
Really,
I've seen a couple
limiting
things
that
around.
budget, huh, Bob? Try
just-
to not
I just
shop.
don't want
What
to
could
do
you?
it.
What could you have spent all of your money on to wear your strap?
Bob,
now?
yeah,
I
why
wonder
you
what
strapped
it
for
cost.
cash, Bob? What's going on over there?
Oh man. You guys.
We're doing the whole thing.
Oh
No.
yeah. VHS.
If you guys bust my balls 13 or 14 more times, I'm out of here.
We believe
you do
you.
have a lot of blues there. I'm
That's
looking
it.
now.
Yeah, I do.
Just
they
online
are.
shopping. Bobby
There they are.
shopping.
Bob, you cannot stop Bob from shopping.
We've tried.
Apparently he
You
can.
can't do it.
You can't shame me out of it. All right, here comes the plot synopsis for Faces of Death 2026.
All right.
All right. Your girl, Margot Romero, is working as a content moderator for a TikTok-like company called Kino. She comes across a video of a stylized beheading that could be real, but the way it looks makes it kind of hard to tell. She finds another execution video in the same style. This time, it's an electrocution. She escalates this video to her boss. He says it's fine, just let it ride. Arthur, a telecom store employee and serial killer behind these videos, kidnaps an influencer named Samantha. The next day, a stylized scalping video pops up. Margot again escalates it. Her concerns once again get shot down. Margot posts the video to Reddit asking members if they think the murder is real. The video becomes extremely popular and sparks discussion. Meanwhile, Arthur kidnaps a local news anchor and his teenage son. He kills the anchor in a faux shootout using mannequins. On Reddit, Margot discovers the Faces of Death movie and notices the extreme similarities to the videos she's been finding on Kino. Her roommate Ryan explains the movie's infamy back in the 80s and 90s, when it was widely believed to be a series of real snuff films. Of course, this was all just an urban legend. Margot offers to cover her boss's shift so she can copy all the snuff videos that have been uploaded to Kino, including their metadata. She posts all the videos to Reddit, which Arthur replies to with a link. Margot clicks it, allowing him to locate her IP address. The next day, Margot's fired for leaving a bag of drugs on her boss's desk. That night, Arthur breaks into her apartment, kills her roommate, and kidnaps her. Margot wakes up in a cage in Arthur's basement in Jacksonville, Florida. She breaks out with a knife and steals his hard drive. Samantha, the influencer, also tries to escape, but Arthur shoots and kills her. Margot runs into the woods and returns with the police. Arthur manipulates them into believing Margot broke into his house, and she is detained. She ends up at a hospital and receives a message, a textual message from Arthur demanding his hard drive back, or else he's going to kill all the rest of the hostages. She goes back to the house.
On a tight spot.
Indeed. She goes back to the house, and Arthur holds her at gunpoint. He explains the world is desensitized to violence and also craves remade content, which spawned his specific murder spree. In the garage, Margot sees two severed heads on mannequins, and Arthur demands she inject herself with fentanyl. Margot stabs Arthur with her lipstick knife, and they have a lengthy brawl. Margot ends up murdering him. She's recorded the entire thing on body cam, and Arthur watches the last few lines of Faces of Death as he bleeds out. Margot uploads the footage to Kino and celebrates as it passes the site's content moderation. However, the extremely callous comments leave her feeling somewhat disturbed. as nobody's taking the situation seriously once again. Roll them credits.
It's like something that came out of a nightmare movie.
Out of a nightmare. Goddamn movie.
Oh, boys. Here we go
Yeah.
again. Society. It's terrible.
It's terrible.
Society. What a crazy
This-
breed.
We live
Something-
in a
Miss me
shit
when I leave.
society.
Something that like kind of dawned on me when I was watching this is like this movie feels like it's kind of doing not all the things I wish the Scream franchise
I was
would
gonna say
do,
this actually.
but it kind of is doing a lot of the things I wish the Scream franchise would do. It's like, you know, it's commenting on this sort of cult film in a meta way. It is largely operating as a slasher film, even though it's not like entirely that necessarily. It's also doing a lot with like social commentary, which the original Scream movies did a lot of that too. It's not quite as like tongue in cheek or like funny in certain areas, you know, so it's like not necessarily checking all the boxes, but it's doing more so than like the last couple Scream movies for sure have. So it kind of like
I-
scratched that itch for me a little bit.
I'm a little bit split on that though. I was gonna
Yeah.
compare. I was gonna compare it to Scream as well. I do think that it is offering more. I haven't seen seven, but like it's offering more than what I think five or six offered. More six than anything. In terms of like commentary on, you know, what we consume, the horrific things that we consume as a culture or whatever. It's at
Yeah.
least giving a new, a slightly different perspective on that. I just think that the way that it's done in this is so like heavy-handed that I don't really particularly enjoy it. It seems very like teenager's first big thought. This point that this movie's making, which in fairness, Scream kind of does that too, but it's got the levity and like the charisma from the cast to sort of carry that through at its best moment in its best entries, I would say. And yeah, I don't know. It's like so like I'm not sure that it compares favorably to Scream in general, or it holds up compared to Scream in general, but it does a better job than the worst of Scream, I would say, in terms of having a point of view.
I'd
Yeah,
say having that
definitely.
point of view, it's definitely better than seven. But oh man, I think I audibly groaned. I gotta disagree with you when they explain it at the end. It's just it felt on brand for this movie. I kind of agree with what Randy said about like, you know, teens first big thought type of thing. This just I don't know. This was just not for me, and in its commentary it felt very basic, but it thought it was something more than it actually was, and the explaining at the end was just the cherry on top, because this is a kind of reimagining remake of like, I feel like it knows its target audience is that kind of like teenage vibes. Like, we gotta explain this to you. I don't think you're really gonna get what's going on if we don't. And it just, I don't know. It's too basic, bitch, for me. I didn't. I don't. There's, and you know what? The thing about this movie, and I thought about this, and I was like, I'm gonna say this on podcast. I'm gonna have to preface it with this, because unfortunately, because I know we live in a world now where 10, 20 years ago, we would say this would never happen. And now, of course, we've seen things like this happen. Reality has warped, and now anything is on the table. Nothing really, honestly, would surprise me in reality at this point. However, from a storytelling standpoint, there are so many times where things don't work out where they absolutely should work out. Like, even at the very end, for instance, she gets a text message that says, if you don't bring me my hard drive, people will die. You have evidence to show the police. Her whole thing is like trying to
Yeah.
convince the police, or trying, and it's like, you have a text message. Also, even before all of that, she has the video of a guy, and she's like trying to convince people this is real, this is real, this is real. If somebody is missing, a missing person, there is a thing out for a missing person, and then you get the metadata and you have all that stuff, and you have this person's face. You can't just say, hey, I noticed there was a missing person. Here is his face. He's in this video where he's being supposedly murdered. Maybe look into that. It's kind of stupid, right?
Well, I mean, I don't totally disagree with your criticisms with the story, but there is a moment where, like, when she first steals all the stuff, she's talking to her roommate, and she's a little afraid to go to the cops because she has broken the company's whatever NDA that she signed, and she's worried that they're gonna sue her if she goes to the cops. And then, like, right after that, she gets kidnapped and can't do it anyways. But yeah,
But
to your point,
even
when
when
she
she
gets that
saw
text
him,
message, it's
Well-
like now you've got, evidence. So
even without the metadata, you take a
Yeah.
screenshot on your phone and like send to the police and say, this video has been posted online. This person is missing.
I mean, genuinely, all you have to do once you get that text message is say, like, "Hey, police, here's this
Yeah.
text message of somebody
Exactly.
threatening to
yeah,
kill people."
yeah, and that's enough. Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
that's enough for them to look into it. But yeah, no, I tend to agree. Like, I think that it's like this. It's not believable in its sequence of events. Is it believable that somebody might do horrific shit and post it on the internet? The thing is, like,
Sure.
the stuff that's believable about it is the stuff it's making its claims about the fruitlessness of self-regulation by these companies, about the appetite for people to see the worst shit imaginable. Like, those things are still true. So, like, those things I think are the most important things for them to get right. But in terms of, like, how the story plays out, it strains credulity. It definitely does. And there's just like on a base level, like, just bad decision making on Barbie Ferreira's character's part pretty much throughout. Like, just relentlessly bad decision making. And I don't know. It makes it hard to be fully in her corner. I guess you are, but, like, it makes it hard. It makes it hard to, like, be a passenger in that van. You know what I mean? You want to tell her to make another turn.
Yeah, I mean, I do think it's an interesting way to go about this could have been like the low-hanging fruit. This could a remake of Faces of Death. It could have just been like a very, very gnarly,
Yes.
gory anthology film, and like we've
Mhm.
seen that a million times. So I do think, like, looking at the original Faces of Death VHS tape and considering it to be, like, obviously it was a cult film, but like an early version of like a viral video, I think that's sort of an interesting sort of entryway into remaking that, as opposed to
agree with
just grabbing for like the low-hanging fruit. The director was apparently a content moderator at some company at some point, so like he had some firsthand experience with this kind of thing, and sort of connecting
Really?
those two dots led to him writing this script. So I think all that sort of comes together in a pretty smart way, honestly, because I think I would have been pretty bored if I was just watching like a bunch of faux snuff movies, because we
Mhm.
know at this point, at least like the human related stuff was definitely fake in the original Faces of Death. Unfortunately, like the animal stuff I think was all real. But like, if they were just going to do that again, it's all fake. But on the internet, there's a lot of shit that does slide by. There's a lot of stuff that's,
Well, you can't contain things on the internet. It just can't be done.
Exactly.
Like,
Yeah, we've seen a lot of horrible shit on the internet, like actual beheadings and murders and just
Mhm.
terrible stuff. So I think that is a smart thing to like critique in this movie, and that's sort of one of the things. It might have been like Scream 5 or 6 when we were reviewing that, talking about like different angles they could take. And I think we sort of
Mhm.
landed on stuff like that, or even like potentially them talking about the upset people's obsession with true crime now, and just like different, like there's stuff that is like bubbled to the surface that they could talk about and just are not doing. And I think this movie talking about it, even if it's not really like a big thought, it's like pretty out in the open, I still think it's like fairly fertile ground to
It
explore.
definitely is. Like, the idea of content moderation as a conceit is also in and of itself really, like I'm interested. Like, and the fact that what is his name, Gilroy Goldhaber, excuse me, Daniel Goldhaber, he worked as a content moderator at one point is fascinating. You can kind of tell because some of the things that they do in this seem like informed. You know what I mean? Like the way that she operates and the things that they allow and don't allow. The girl trying to like explain how Narcan is used and getting flagged for drug
Yeah.
use, like
Yeah.
that feels real. Like like
Yeah.
that sort of shit, like the just erroneous and like the give people what they want point of view, like all that stuff feels like, yeah, this is what happens when we rely on companies who want people's attention to do the right thing. In a weird way, this movie has like correspondence to last week's movie. Like this is like,
yeah.
you know,
Yeah. Yeah.
it's just got like some of that like the impulse that we as humans have. One of our big foibles is like a morbid curiosity and horrible shit. And if we didn't have that appetite, these companies would not be incentivized to let that sort of shit slide so that they can maintain contact with our eyeballs and brainstems and feed us ads that they
That
can
was-
then be paid for.
That was the thing that I thought they kind of missed the mark a little bit, because you know, they do touch on it, to be fair, but just the whole, I think the whole idea that these companies have to police themselves. And so we get a little bit where the person who's actually charged of the content moderators is pushing them to not regulate this because it's certain content that is popular
Yeah.
that gets
They are,
keeps
quote,
people
not the
on.
morality police.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, dude.
So I mean,
Yeah.
when you think about the idea of how we regulated radio and television, I mean, there's a government body that reviews it,
Mhm.
and then in this case it's just people regulating themselves, but their pure motivation is to keep people on their platform. So
Mhm.
they throw out the boring stuff of like information about, you
Mhm.
know, how to use a drug properly versus you know, this violence and
DIY
stuff.
horror.
But
It's trending.
I mean, it is trending, but
Yeah.
but I thought they kind of missed the mark on that idea. I feel like that wasn't really like the focus, and even just the idea of like, oh, we like to consume this. I mean, that is something worth commenting on, but it felt like that was their main thing to comment on, and especially like the way people are reacting and like, oh yeah, it's, you know, the callous comments at the end. And not to say that that's not what would happen or anything. It just feels like the weirdest thing to focus on the most to me out of all the things to kind
When
of
you say the
focus
weirdest thing,
on.
you're talking about that it's focused on the way people consume this stuff.
Yeah, like the way people
Okay.
react to it and become callous to it and
Yeah.
want to consume it. I felt like
And I
that
agree.
was the weirdest aspect of all of these different aspects to like really be the
I don't know.
pinpoint focus.
I kind of like that. But Bob, go ahead.
I liked it too, honestly, because I mean we're like watching that happen in real time. Everybody's like so desensitized and callous by the shit on the internet, like nobody cares. And I think this specific story is it just sort of like proves that like Margot, even though the writing might be a little flawed here, Margot doesn't have anywhere to go. So she is part of like a viral video. Her sister and her are doing this like dance in front of a train and they like try to get off the tracks and her sister slips and gets run over and it turns into a viral video because the cops leaked the video. So like there is an ongoing theme that you can't trust the cops. She doesn't trust the cops. And so like she is, you know, finds this fucked up stuff, goes to her boss. Her boss doesn't help her out. She tries to go to the cops. The cops don't help her out. So she takes matters into her own hands to defeat this guy. And then in her sort of desperation, she posts like this video of like the truth online. And again, like nobody wants to help her. Like it's just more entertainment for them. So it's just she just like really doesn't fucking have anybody to turn to, and it's like a vicious cycle almost that she's reliving this.
Yeah,
I can kind of like
go ahead.
go ahead. No, you go ahead.
I was gonna say there's another moment too. I can't get past like the way that this story's told, where they're escaping and she's like, "We need proof," and the girl's like, "I'm the proof."
I'm proof. Yeah, true.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just like go,
Mhm.
and she's like, not only, and then the hard drive is sitting right there, and she doesn't just yank the hard drive. She's like searching through the hard drive slowly, and I'm like,
Yeah,
this
that's
is
true.
fucking
Maybe
terrible.
it's a lame way to
Have
build
some
tension,
hustle,
I
dude.
guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You literally have just been
um,
caged.
Have you Have you guys watched Cam? That it was another movie that
Yeah.
was on Shudder for a while.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I
Same
like that movie. It's the
same
same guy.
director. Yeah, yeah. So he's kind of
He's
playing
got a lot
around
to
with
say about internet shit.
yeah,
Like
exactly.
the thing
Yeah.
about that though is like I don't I have it's been a while since I saw that movie. I don't have okay. Let me take a step back. I don't have a problem with the focus of this being on the way people consume this stuff, the folly of doing that, and the grotesqueness of making celebrities out of people on like the worst shit that's ever happened to them. Like that's the exploitation of it is worthy of commentary. I just think it's hyper blunt, and I don't remember
Mhm.
Cam being so blunt. You know what I mean? I feel like my memory of it is that it was a lot more subtle of a film in terms of what it's trying to say. And this one feels like it's read out loud for second screen viewing, which is unfortunate. Like it's just the monologuing at the end in particular,
Mm.
Dacre's monologue, and then like I do
I-
like
That again
ultimately
reminded
like
me of Scream, to be fair.
me too, but like again, like that, I don't, and that's leads to one of the other issues I have with this movie, which is I don't really love his performance in this. Like, I
Oh,
think
really?
he goes pretty big, and I don't know that like, I don't know that it landed for me. It seems cartoonish to me, and not in
I
a
liked it.
way that
Yeah.
not in a way that I thought was very fun. Like, it seemed a little overplayed for the tenor of the rest of the film to me. I don't know. It seemed a little like it was too convenient how good he was at it. It just I don't know, something about it rang hollow to me, and it's not for lack of trying. I just think this particular actor is not my cup of tea because I didn't love him in Stranger Things either. I haven't seen
He
a whole lot that he's done that I've been like really wowed by.
apparently, I haven't seen this movie, but he apparently took cues from the killer in that cult found footage horror movie Be My Cat. I guess the
I
guy
need to
in
see
that
that
movie
still.
sort of acts like this, and he was inspired by that. I don't know. Yeah, I haven't seen it, but I know that was on at least one or two of our polls in the past.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I
I've been
kind of
meaning
liked
to
it
watch that
though.
for a
I
while.
liked I mean the mask is, it's just plain and white. I like the red eyes. I like that he's afraid of blood even though he's a serial killer. Like I guess he's kind of a neat freak or like
Yeah.
hypochondriac or something like that. He's got
And
some sort of
that's one of those things that hit me as weird. Is like I don't know,
Mhm.
like it seems very like it seems very like youth literature villain. I don't know, like not not youth, but like young adult stuff. Like it doesn't. I don't know, and
Actually,
that's what
yeah.
this is aimed at. And to me, like I feel like maybe it's an issue where I've aged out of who this is targeted at a little bit. Um,
See,
but I'm not sure
okay.
that's entirely true either because it is very brutal. I don't know that this. I don't know. I'm very
Yeah,
very
okay. I'm
conflicted.
gonna touch on those two things too. I want to touch on those two things. One, I actually thought his performance, I liked the performance in
Mm.
general, and I liked the way that it was portrayed. I thought like as a serial killer, it was like solid. I liked it. And like the different aspects of it, even just like the look and the way he got
The look was
information.
fine. Yeah,
Yeah, I
actually,
thought
the
all
look
that
was one of the
worked
better things of it.
Yeah.
pretty
The
Yeah.
good.
the fentanyl EpiPen I thought was a kind of brilliant idea,
Yeah,
honestly.
yeah.
Yeah.
Different like I thought all that worked well for me. But okay. So yeah, I don't know. There's something about a movie. Like there's two aspects of it. There's something about a movie that does in some way feel a little bit more geared toward a younger audience, just in the way it's kind of like written and portrayed a little bit. That's like trying to critique and give this social message of we consume too much. We are desensitized. Essentially, we don't care if people get murdered. And not only do we not care, but we actively seek it out. In a brutalist style, gore centric horror film targeted
Brutalist is
at a
not the thing you're.
younger audience. Like, do you know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? Like,
Oh no, I do. Yeah.
if we were 30 years removed, we would be the church going, oh my God, horror films are from the devil type of perspective. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, it
I
just,
am that way.
well, I'm just, do you see where it's almost like hypocritical in a way? It's like, oh, well, it's okay for you to make something as brutal as possible as long as it's fake in order to get an audience, in order to sell tickets, in order to
I don't think it's
comment on
hypocritical.
something.
I mean, it is
think so.
fake. I think that is
No, it is
Being
fake, but
yeah, that is okay
no, I know
to
it
do
is
that.
fake, but I'm just saying that don't you think that that's kind of like hypocritical in a way?
I don't think so. No,
No,
like,
You
I mean,
don't
like,
think so? To say like, oh,
No.
people consume gore and they're so desensitized to it.
Well, I think
Let's make this hyper
real life
gory horror
violence is
film.
what this is
That's what they're
commenting on,
talking about.
just
It's
like
like
Nightcrawler
the
was commenting on that.
right. It's
like
apologencia
real
for
life.
real exploiting real
Sure.
people's pain and suffering, not
Yeah.
necessarily like people watching like things that are known to be art and like understanding that this is a facsimile of reality, not reality itself. I think like because once you start like then then yeah you start becoming somebody who's like then you
A
are the
censor.
morality police in
Yeah.
terms of like you're a true censor where it's like
yeah.
people shouldn't be seeing this fake killing because it's fake. It doesn't matter that it's fake. How dare they consume this? That's not the business I want to be in as a horror fan. So like
Yeah.
I'm not on board with that. I don't think it's hypocritical to hold both of those ideas at once. That like yeah, it's not good to watch. It's like the reason we didn't review fucking what is that movie? Not Martyrs. That one movie we ultimately just kind of talked about that had the
Salo?
shit eating scene. Salo, yeah.
Yeah.
Because it was like because it featured like real
we reviewed
underage
it.
kids, and
Which
the
we didn't
nude,
know
and-
until we had all already watched it. And
right.
then found out. We're like,
And
oh
we were
God.
very upset
yeah.
by that. I'm
yeah.
like, I don't want to cross that line of this no longer being a facsimile of reality and seeing real shit. I don't want to watch Faces of Death the original because like real torture and killing of animals is not something that I want to put into my mind. But
Yeah.
the thing is, like, there is a morbid curiosity that will lead people, especially young kids, beyond that line. And this movie is trying to talk some sense into those people. But the problem is, like, it like to your point, there is something to be said about like putting it into a movie that is rated R and like a little bit harder to access for the kids those age, people that age. Although, and then the other side of this again to both sides it is that we clearly saw plenty of shit we weren't supposed to see before
Absolutely.
turning 18. So
We're
It's
totally
kind
of
normal. We turned out fine.
I think there's
We're just normal men.
We're just innocent men.
there's an interesting thing that this movie does again that reminds me of Scream, where like that line at the end of the first Scream movie where they're like explaining everything in the kitchen and what is it? Movies don't create psychopaths, movies make psychopaths more creative, and that's exactly what is happening in this movie, where this guy has seen this movie that allegedly was full of real killings, but they were not real, and now he is going to make them again, but they are going to be real. Like, that fake ass movie didn't make this guy a psychopath. He was already fucking crazy, and he's just going to kill people one way or another. It really doesn't matter if that movie was ever made or not.
it's just the method he's using.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Now, one thing
He's
I
using
did
this
like
in-
about this movie that I thought was like a clever commentary, like everything else, I agree with Randy, felt too blunt or hypocritical to me, or a combination of those kind of things. But one thing that I did think that they got right in their subtle commentary, because they didn't need to like spell it out necessarily, is when she feels desperate and she, like you said, her job is turning her down. The people who are self-regulating themselves are not regulating themselves. The police, she can't trust them, or they don't give a shit and they're not doing their jobs. Or also too, it kind of in a way comments on the way of this like disconnect between policing in a real life and online policing, like what authority do you have and stuff like that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But the one thing that was done really well, when she's desperate and she has nowhere else to turn, and so she creates this post online to try to get traction for people to help her, and it just makes the video viral, and the guy is so excited about that, like it actually gives him what he wants. Because we
That's the
comment on
thing.
that about things like when there's a mass shooting And
Yeah.
should we even give the person's name? Should we even
Mhm.
show the person's face? Should we people release their manifestos and things like that? And you
Right.
get copycats and stuff like that. So I actually thought that was the most subtle,
Mhm.
well done aspect of commentary that was done in this movie.
I like that a lot too.
Yeah,
And there's
dude.
like, I like the way that I don't hate the way that this movie, like just where it ends with her, like her big plan coming to fruition, her getting exactly what she was aiming for, revenge on this guy, the truth being streamed out there, and then realizing, oh shit, this isn't the killer app that I thought it was. This isn't gonna this has a byproduct. But I feel like she figures that out too late, and like the correct thing for her to have done is to take that footage, show it to the police, show it all to the police, and then tell him, like, as he's gloating basically about, like, this is so much better, this is the greatest. He's like, I love that he's saying that, but like the way you get back at this guy is by saying, no, I'm gonna make damn sure that the grand jury or whoever seals these tapes for all time and nobody will ever see it. Like,
Mhm.
say some shit
Yeah.
like that, like, and never post it online. Like, it's just, that's one of those things where it's like Barbie's character is like, I don't I don't agree with this methodology, and like the movie doesn't ultimately. Like, it seems like it definitely has something else to say about it, but it's, I don't know. Like, to me, it's just like, if you're gonna have a victorious ending like that and have just a little bit of doubt sown, the doubt was already sown. It just made it hard for me to follow that character to the end, I guess.
Yeah, I
'Cause she
think
kept
they
making
do
some-
they do a decent job of her like going to the cops and like bringing them there, and they just fucking throw her in a hospital. So, like, I mean,
Mhm.
it's not airtight. It's
I don't
definitely
know if
not.
they
But
did do a decent job with that though.
how?
Because like she calls the cops, she's bloodied and she's there, and they show up, and because he also called, they don't investigate the house. I don't
I mean,
know.
cops doing a bad job is
I
not
know,
new.
and that's why I know that's absolutely realistic in a sense, but like that's what I was saying from a storytelling standpoint, it just seemed kind of like hand wavy.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's hard to say
I mean, I
that
think
that's
it was kind
the
of a
most
point,
likely thing that would have
but
happened.
That's the
But
thing. I mean, I know that reality does have these
Yeah,
situations. I
yeah.
do know
Yeah.
that.
I think they're trying to make a point. Is it airtight? No, it's not for sure. You could definitely critique that, no problem. I do think the whole like whenever he's like about to set up the inn and he's like, I don't want to kill you, I want to work with you. We're about to live forever. I do think that is like a really important thing to touch on, and like definitely something that we've seen a lot. And like her uploading it to the internet just sort of like proves her destitution. Like she didn't really know where else to go with it. So like here's the truth, internet, and like it just sort of is just more entertainment.
Yeah, I guess that's the thing too, is like I don't know. This movie feels like it sits somewhere in the middle in that from the very beginning, its main critique, even like the people that she works with and the whole
Yeah.
idea of this application is that, oh no, people are too far gone. Like they, even if
Yeah.
even the idea that it might be real is titillizing to people and they want to consume it more. And
Man,
so
we're all over the English language tonight.
Hey,
but the idea that, oh well, this is what's gonna save me, the whole thing that they're critiquing is like, oh well, I have nowhere else to go, so I'm gonna upload it online. But it's like, well, that's what it's critiquing in the first place, that like people are lost, people are gone. So why would people be the solution then at the end? You know what I'm saying?
Well, yeah, I mean, so the train video or whatever, she does mention she didn't post that on the internet. The cops leaked it. So like,
Yeah.
I don't know. I just
And,
think
and
she's
that's
been
I know, but that's the
burned
thing is like
by-
people are consuming it, and that's the whole
Yeah.
critiquing from the beginning. It's like she can't even go out of her house because
Yeah,
of this
right,
video, and yet the idea is, well, I can't trust the cops, I can't trust the company, I'm going to trust the people. So, well, to do what? I mean, like, what?
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? It's like they're the problem and the solution in this movie is people are too far gone and they want to consume death and real gore and murder, but also too, I gotta let the people know the truth so that what are they gonna do? Consume
Perhaps
it more?
Well, perhaps inspire some empathy at the end. Like,
But
I mean,
the whole movie is saying that people don't have empathy, that that
No,
doesn't exist anymore.
I don't know that it's saying it doesn't exist at all anymore whatsoever. I do think there's a severe lack of it, and it's commenting on the internet being a problem with that. I don't know. I mean, like, yeah, it's a bleak outlook for sure, but maybe because she was saying like, here's my full story, and you've actually seen me kill this serial killer, and I don't know, maybe she was just
I
sort of
think-
hoping that there would be some empathy and some help on the way, but obviously that
I
wasn't
think
the
she was definitely, but like to me, it's like I think if I was to look at this more favorably or look at it a little kinder, like I think that it's maybe just a character flaw of hers that is informed by her past experiences. You know what I mean? She's like she's this person that's lived through this horrible shit or whatever, and so like her not going to the police is more informed by that than it is like something that would logically occur to people. I think like a non-traumatized person, somebody that didn't have their shit leaked by the police or whatever. I think that's not the worst move to get her to make all these bad decisions, and that her big solution to this is to post more gore on the internet is another, like, she is still immersed in the same problems as everyone else, maybe, and she doesn't realize the folly of that until the last minute. That's the charitable way that I would look at it if I was going to be charitable towards this movie. And I think that that's something. I don't know that it hangs together perfectly even then, but it's at least something that I think is a little bit more in line. Because I see what you're saying, Justin. It's I don't know what she expected from this, but that's because she's a frog in the same boiling pot. You know what I mean? Even having lived through all that traumatic experience or whatever, her first instinct is to turn to the fucking TikTok app to save her.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe that's a deeper level of the game here, of the onion. That's all.
Y'all ever bang in a stairwell?
Oh.
Stairwell?
Stairwell?
Oh, Bobby.
Y'all ever get dirty in the
A little bit of
stairwell?
that South coming out. Sorry.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
It's plumb awesome.
I did.
Plum awesome.
Banging in a stairwell's plumb awesome. It did crack me up. They had that sign posted, "No fucking in the stairwell." Like it's an ongoing issue. People.
That's
just
an
keep
ongoing
doing
There's no
it.
cameras, in the old
You just got
stairwell.
The stairwell. You got
Stairwell.
Yeah. Any other big things you guys want to touch on before we rate this? The synth score was fucking badass. I thought.
I didn't clock it. I thought it was.
I didn't stand out.
It didn't hit me one way or the other, to be honest.
Oh damn! I thought it was good.
Yeah. You know me. I'm not always the biggest. I'm not always paying attention to the score. I'm really bad about it.
Yeah.
It's ska or nothing for Randy.
Damn straight. Just me and the ska, baby.
Oops,
I
all
was gonna
ska.
say something else, but I can't remember now. So I guess we can move on.
All right, well, let's go and rate this thing out of 5. Randy, why don't you kick us off? How do you feel about Faces of Death?
You know, having talked it through out loud a little bit more, I think I am a little bit less put off by this movie than I was. I think that there are different ways to look at it than what I've been looking at it, than the way I've been looking at it. And I'm a little bit at odds with myself with it, so I can't be completely negative towards it. There's a lot to like about this movie. I thought that like the kills were brutal, like the serial killers look like we talked about how that maybe that's a little hokey. I liked the look of the guy like when he's in full regalia. I thought it was a really smart method of making a spiritual successor to the original Faces of Death. To your point earlier about I think that to do it the way that the expected route would have been a complete thud and just be like whatever the latest fucking Return of the Living Dead probably was, which is just trying to recapture the lightning that is already out of the bottle, especially with a property like this whose cult sensation status is entirely built on the Blair Witch Project level of, is it real? It's real, isn't it? Oh my God, I can't believe this is a tape. This is a cursed object or whatever. That cat's out of the bag. The movie itself knows it's not real and says so. So I give all the credit in the world for that. Yeah, I just felt like it was. I think that it's tailored for an audience that is much younger than me, and
Impossible.
And it's a little too a little overly blunt and a little bit I don't know. It's just overly blunt, I think, in what it's trying to say, and yet at the same time, it's not fully like exploring those things as deeply as I would have liked. Some of the aspects are not as fleshed out as others. Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna keep going and going if I don't stop. So I'm just gonna say that I think that this is a decent film to me. I think it's a decent horror film. I wouldn't mind putting it on again at some point. And like I said, I don't not recommend it to people, but I wouldn't actively go out of my way to recommend it to people either. To your point earlier, Juice. So yeah, I think this is I think I'm gonna give it a 3.25. It's not reaching the levels of a 4 by any means, but I think I like it more than I dislike it for sure.
3.25 from Rand Diesel. Juice, how do you feel?
Yeah, I don't like this movie. It's got some okay things about it. Even like its good things, I don't think are like the best of other things that I've seen. Again, okay, going back to Randy's point, it's an okay idea if you're gonna do a Faces of Death thing like this, but I know Randy is not familiar with this, but this has been done many times, and the first thing that always pops into my mind is Human Centipede 2, which God knows that's not a good movie. But again, it's the whole idea of like recreating the movie that it's inspired you. I mean, I don't think that's such an original idea. And it's another kind of legacy reboot type of thing. And again, even that idea of like back in the day, people thought it was real and it was exploiting animals, and we're going to redo it and we're going to comment it on like exploiting people, but we're going to do it in the most brutalist, gory way possible while also wagging our finger and saying like, oh,
This
no,
could have been
you
way more gory, to be fair.
I wish it was more Rococo than Brutalist.
Randy, you art nerd.
But just, I mean, I don't know. It feels, I don't know. It feels basic to me, and it feels kind of scattershot, and it feels kind of exploitative in itself, honestly. And I don't know. I just didn't think it was very good. So I'm going to give it a 2.
No half star for the Jack.
Actually, no, I got to give it half star for the Yabus. There was like at the very beginning when they were content moderating and there was like some banging in the shower or something. So you know what? That's fair. 2.5 then, Bob. Write it down.
I was talking. I didn't know if you would give a bonus half point for the Jags, for the Jacksonville, for the Duve.
No,
but the boys.
But I will give half star for the Yabus, to be fair. So 2.5. All right, there you go. No respect. For Jacksonville. Are you saying I don't respect Jacksonville, Randy? Are you making that accusation?
Is that what you're saying? By neglecting to give it its dues?
Are you assuming I don't respect Jacksonville?
Oh, I think the evidence speaks for itself.
Huge assumption.
That is quite the assumption, Randy. Bob, out of 5, where are you going to rank Faces of Death?
I think I'm probably the highest on this movie. It's not perfect by any stretch of the imagination, but I got a lot of enjoyment out of it, I would say. I do think it's like doing a pretty decent job at like highlighting the importance between the difference of real violence and fake violence. And I think that's like a pretty legit thing to do when it comes to remaking Faces of Death, because for so long, so many people thought that all that stuff was real. I mean, even up until this year, like Vinegar Syndrome just put out like a really, really nice 4K release of it. But I mean, like, people still sometimes think that that shit is real and think that you can just like pop it on the TV and watch people get murdered, which is kind of crazy. But that's not the case, obviously. And the fact that you can watch that stuff on the internet right now, anytime you want to, you can pull up the most heinous thing you can think of and watch it on the internet. I think it's a pretty like ripe thing to talk about. I mean, it's very blunt in its messaging for sure, but like, I don't know that that necessarily bothers me too much. The script might be a little loosey-goosey.
Baby.
Yeah, I mean, I don't always hate bluntness, but like I'm not as critical of that as other people have been in recent years. But I feel like in this one, it was heavy. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
It is, yeah. I forgot what I was saying. Anyway, I thought Dacre Montgomery did a great job. I thought I think he might be a little bit of a freaky deaky in real life, honestly, and he
Whoa.
brings a little bit of that to this performance. I like that he's like almost feral in some moments of the movie, like screaming at people. And whenever he tries to be like a normal guy, he sort of like hunches over and he puts his glasses on and kind of like brings his shoulders in to make himself look small and kind of meek. And I don't know. I like how he played it. I thought Barbie Ferreira did a great job actually as the final girl on this. She almost kind of like matches that like feral vibe he has in the end when she's like screaming at him as she's like finishing him off. The Narcan that she gets in the hospital, I thought it was really smart that she like inhaled it on her way in because she knew she was going to get hit with another dose of fentanyl. So I mean, I think she does make some good decisions, maybe not all the right choices, but she makes some good decisions. And that brawl at the end is like really fucking physical, actually, which I feel like you don't necessarily see brawls between like killers and final girls that are that physical very often. Um, I thought the synth score was really dope. All of the messaging, I think. Well, I mean, we've gone over it. I don't really need to like relitigate any of that. Plus a half star for like 3 seconds of Charlie XCX smoking a blunt on the roof. Shouts out.
I
Also,
did not know that who that was. So
I didn't
clearly,
either.
this movie is for me.
I mean, I know
Well,
who
now-
that artist is, but I didn't know.
I'm familiar with that
was-
name. I would
yeah.
never be able to recognize her on sight.
I
No, you
didn't
do.
either. But you know what though? She is also going to be in the new Takashi Miike film. Whoa.
Oh,
Set
there
in
you
Kyoto.
yeah, I think she's doing a fair amount of acting, or is going to be doing a fair amount of acting.
There you go.
I think this operates as like a pretty solid Scream movie, better than the last two, at least in my opinion.
That's
It's actually doing a lot of things that I wish these more recent Scream movies would be doing and could be doing. Also, we get some vicarious Robert Loggia in this because as they're like panning down her roommate's VHS collection because she's trying to find Faces of Death, he owns not one but 2 copies of Independence Day.
I
on
saw that
VHS.
shit. I was like, why is there 2 copies of Independence Day?
In case one breaks or something, Billy,
Billy.
you gotta have a backup copy of
I
IG4.
did
As soon as you
actually
saw that,
notice
did the
that.
word Billy into your mind?
Yes, it hasn't left ever since you made that bump. Yeah, I like this. Not perfect, but I dig it. I'm gonna give it a 3.5 out of 5, and that's gonna put our aggregate at a 3.1 for Faces of Death. Let's go ahead and see what the critics and users have to say over on Rotten Tomatoes.
Certified fresh to death.
All right, ladies and germs. This is the Rotten Tomatoes segment in which I'm going to have these gentlemen guess within the best of their abilities what the aggregate positive score is on RottenTomatoes.com for Faces of Death 2026, starting with the tomatometer of the critics and then moving on to the poopometer or the users. So those critics, that tomatometer sits at 122 reviews. Keep that in mind as you make your wagers. Going to start with Justin tonight. What do you think those 122 reviews aggregate to?
Well, from a critical standpoint, I don't think any good critic is going to rate this too high. So
I think
Clearly.
the smart people will conform to my thinking.
So I'm gonna go lower on this one. I'll take the 69 boys.
69,
Nope.
Or the
dudes!
dudes, sorry.
The dudes.
I
You can't
know,
have 'em
I'm
both.
mixing up the dudes and the
You
boys.
can't, yeah. It's not.
Dudes
It's
plus
either a
boys,
necktie
you can't.
remedy or it's 69 dudes. It can't
That's
be
what
both.
it's 69
Bob?
dudes.
Where are you going with it? I'm assuming you're going to go over, but you tell me.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think critics are necessarily gonna love this. This is like a reboot of a franchise that I'm sure critics don't really give a fuck about or have any interest in at all. I think
They're smart.
I think horror outlets would probably be kind to it, but like it's not going to be exclusively horror outlets rating this. So it's probably I might go with a under actually 69. So give me a 67. Maybe we'll tie.
Whoa.
67. Okay. Well, we got 67 from Bob, 69 from Soju, and I'm sorry to say there will be no tie. because instead there is a direct hit with a ringy dingy. 69% Soju's walking
Ah.
away here on top.
Oh, the dude.
The dudes,
Mhm.
they always 69.
The
dudes.
dudes.
69 dudes delivered. Elite.
Talk about your human centipede. There you go.
Oh,
69
God.
dudes.
Yeah. This reminded me of the Town That Dreaded Sundown remake before. I didn't even
always-
think about
yeah.
Human Centipede, actually, but
I didn't know that about Human Centipede because I've never seen them and don't care to. But this House That Dreaded Sundown. That's what I was thinking about. I think it's
the house,
I
the
don't know, like,
town, the
I
village.
think it's still it's not like the first movie to do that, but it's not a very long list. So I'm still think it's pretty original, and it's the only way that I think they could tackle this particular remake. Anyway, so yeah, that's enough commentary from last segment. Let's move over to the poopometer. There are 600. No, I'm sorry, my eyes are going. 250 plus verified
Falling out of my
ratings.
head.
I'm getting old, man. 250 plus verified ratings. We're gonna go in reverse order this time. Bob, what percentage of those ratings would you say are positive reviews from the users?
So before we started this, I would have thought the users would be higher than the critics. 69 is definitely higher than I would have thought from the critics. So I don't know. I guess I'll still take the over. So just give me a 75, I think.
Okay, 75 for Bob. Justin, where you at?
I think I might take the under, so I'll just double down on the dudes there.
The dudes. I
I'd
guess
take
I gotta
the
play it
under.
again.
69 dudes.
Those dudes are
Gotta do
always
it.
69 and
Oh,
can't
well,
stop them.
unfortunately, no ringy dingy on this one, although pretty close, one of you. 5 percentage points away from glory. The correct poopometer rating, 64%. Soju's walking with the sweet tonight.
Yeah, that's elite sweet, baby. Soju's got his pulse on the people. Wait.
All 69 all the time.
I am putting my pulse.
I'm
on
putting
you.
my pulse upon you.
That sounds real fucked up.
That's some
know?
fucking Dracula shit, dude.
You trying to go viral over there?
Putting
Feel
it
my
on you,
pulse.
baby. You gotta
Oh,
feel the
boy.
pulse of
Oh, God.
Soju.
Just terrible images. Just terrible.
So yeah, the
So
users are
early.
the users are 5 percentage points lower than the critics on this one, and it's just very just above board movie. So I think we actually netted out pretty similarly to both the critics
Yeah,
and
it all
users
kind of
here.
evened out in the end.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's all just
Seems that
somewhere right
everybody's
in the
having some issues.
middle.
yeah. Let's go move over and read a negative review or two. Actually, real quick, sorry. The critics' consensus reads as follows: a fiercely transgressive, self-aware reimagining that occasionally gives way to conventional genre exploitation. Faces of Death interrogates the morbid spectacle of violence with striking brutality and intelligence. I think there's some intelligence there. It's just like overplayed, in my opinion. All right, let's read some negative reviews. Here we go. It's slickly made and well acted, especially by Montgomery, but there's nothing here that you haven't seen done more effectively in other better films.
Yeah.
I think that's true, but it's mostly I don't agree about Montgomery personally, but I think that's mostly true because I've seen Red Rooms. I think that movie does this sort of
Yeah, that movie fucking
conversation a lot
rules.
better. Amazing.
She's a
movie.
hero.
Mm,
She's like Batman.
She's just like Batman, apparently,
no.
She's
according
like a
to.
sexy Batman.
I think you just got a boner.
I think that's
and
the real thing
yeah,
that's coloring your opinion of
She
that
can't be
movie.
bad. She's
I
gotta be
have to
Batman.
like
I
her.
can
My
fix
boner.
her.
My boner says
I can't
she's
have this
great.
confused of a boner.
Actually, I don't want to fix her.
Mm. You want to
God.
join her? I see. I see
God.
the issues run deeper.
Better take
Let's
a
read one more
cold
negative
shower
review.
this morning.
Yeah. One more negative
Hey,
review.
broken.
Extra hot shower, Bob.
Just sweat.
It's gonna be boiling.
Oh God.
It's essentially the structure of the Scream movies, except the killer is inspired not by the cliches of the horror canon, and then it just stops. That's a terrible blurb. It did not finish the thought. Bad job, Rotten Tomatoes. Sorry. That's it for our Rotten Tomatoes segment. Bob, how's our trivia looking?
I've got like a couple things I can read real quick. Let's do it.
It's totally time for trivia.
So yeah, Daniel Goldhaber also directed a movie called How to Blow Up a Pipeline recently, which I haven't seen, but I think that was nominated for some Academy Awards and stuff.
I remember that being I remember that being a pretty big film. It was 2022 that came out, but
Yeah,
I never saw it. That was between Cam and this, and somehow I missed it entirely outside of a little rumbling.
a little rumbling. So yeah, the history of this movie being made in October 2006, Rogue Pictures was in talks to produce a remake of the 1978 horror film Faces of Death with J.T. Petty attached to direct, with producers citing a desire to tap into audiences' appetites for gory horror films, citing the success of the Grudge remake and the Texas Chainsaw remake. The rights were reported in May 2021 to have been acquired by Legendary Entertainment. The writing team, Daniel Goldhaber and Issa Metzi were hired, with Goldhaber set to direct. And this, I think they shot this in like 2021 or 2022, and then it just like sat on the shelf for a couple years because I guess Rogue Pictures was acquired by somebody, so it just like
Oh.
sat around for a couple years before it
That
ever got
sucks.
released. Yeah,
That's too bad. Honestly, like it might have hit a little bit differently a couple years ago. I don't know.
maybe.
Like, I don't know. I feel like it was maybe a
Would have
fresher
felt-
take.
Yeah, maybe a little fresher. Yeah, more original at that point. It came out
Mhm.
like 2023 or something.
Mm-hmm.
So the original Faces of Death had the concept of a pathologist exploring gruesome ways in which to die via footage purportedly culled from around the world, while around 60% of the film did depict real footage of accidents, animal killings, autopsies, and the Holocaust. Also suicides and war atrocities. The other 40%
Jesus.
consisted of staged deaths. Despite the faked footage, the film still had the producers' desired effect: outrage, revulsion, banning, although not in 52 countries as hyped by the filmmakers, and of course a money-making hit that spawned several sequels and imitators. So yeah, I don't know, 60% of it being real, that's more than I had initially heard, but I guess maybe
That
there
is
are
surprising.
some I guess it wasn't like just the animal stuff that's real. Maybe there are some other things on there that
Also, the list of shit that you just gave of the real stuff is a lot longer and more fucked up than I realized.
I didn't.
I
I've
thought
never
it was limited to the animal killings primarily.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I thought so too, but I don't know. I've never seen the movie. I don't really care to watch it honestly at this point. I feel like if you didn't see it when you were a kid, like what the fuck is the point? Like I don't think I'm gonna get anything out of it. If they have actual like Holocaust footage on there, that's kind of fucked up, man. Like why
It's very fucked up.
would you do that?
It's very fucked up.
I will be very judgmental about that. That's pretty fucked,
Mhm.
man. So
Whoa, Bob.
that's
Hmm.
did I
Where
cross
do you
the line?
where do
Am
you
I
get the
Mr.
nerve to
Censor?
Really
Yeah.
taking a stand there.
Am I the morality police all of a sudden? Because I think
Oh,
you
Holocaust footage is bad. I
shouldn't
see.
watch
I
Holocaust
know
footage for
writers who
entertainment.
use subtext, and they're all cowards.
They're all fucking
Bob, you're a
cowards.
coward.
I feel like I was being pretty direct in what I was saying. That's all. That's all the trivia I've got. Not a whole lot on this. Let's go ahead and talk about our cooter of the week.
Straight chillin'. Cooter of the week.
Juice. What is a cooter, and why are we hunting them?
Oh, Cooter's character type in a straight chillin' legal exclusive. Supported by Huge Arse, Huge Anus,
Loose
Loose
anus.
Anus, and Tyler
Tight.
Chi Anus.
Tai Chi.
Tai Chi anus. Whew.
Tai. My boy's anus. Tai Chi anus.
Namaste, Mr. Anus.
Put that on a shirt. Namaste.
Mr. Anus, yes. It'll fly off the show.
It won't raise any questions for the wearer.
Namaste, Mr. Anus.
Nah, I'm
Everyone
Mr.
will
Anus.
get it.
That's just where's the beef all over again, man. That's gonna wildfire, complete
Got
wildfire.
milk?
hmm Yeah.
Cooter has to hit 3 of these 5 points to be considered Cooter. We want the Cooter with the most points. The 5 points of Cooterdom are sexual deviance, manipulation, smug arrogance, overall looking attire, and overall patheticness. Boys, I just don't think we're gonna have a Cooter this week. I can't think.
No,
Just
no.
can't possibly.
You're not seeing it, huh? Why
Not
even
really
bother?
seeing it. You
I
know
mean,
what?
your boy-
Sneaky Cooter. Let's go with the boss at Kino.
I was gonna say the
Mm.
same thing. Yeah, I think we got to at least bear mention of him.
I think so. Manipulation,
So-
I would say, yeah.
Yep.
Corporate
Manipulation.
manipulation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Never trust
He-
the company, man.
He's a company man. Yeah.
No.
Manipulation.
Smug arrogance, I would say so.
Yeah, I think so. Like he's pretty fucking cruel to her. It's just like
Yeah.
she's clearly like upset by this stuff, and instead of being like, "Hey, look, you went through some shit. Maybe you need to talk to somebody about this, like in your private life, or like even while protecting the company, you can still have a little bit of like fucking empathy
Mhm.
for this person." Instead, he rubs it in her face, like, I took a risk hiring you, or whatever he says, like, because you got your
Yeah.
past. I thought maybe it would be bad for you, or I don't know. I forget exactly what he says, but it's like there's something to that end where it's
It's
like almost twisting the knife.
Yeah.
that's a good
Yeah.
point. Yeah. Like her fucking sister died, dude. Like, have a heart.
Mm-hmm.
Looking at Tyre, I think he's just a corporate guy, right?
This looks like a guy
Just a
you know,
guy.
Looks like
just
looks
sucking
like
crawfish
Mr. Brooks'
heads on a
brother.
beach. You know,
pathetic
Yep.
patheticness. What do you think?
He's a worm. He's a little worm.
It's
He's
kinda
pathetic to me.
wormy,
He's a
yeah.
company worm.
So he's so corporate,
Mm,
so
I don't-
damn corporate.
that's
Also,
that's-
wouldn't he get fired too? Shouldn't she have like tried to blackmail him and that like, hey, you clearly broke company policy by allowing me to do this like audit for you or whatever? Wouldn't I mean? Couldn't she have been able
She
to
could have
hold that
maybe
against
done that,
him? Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
She didn't
mean,
think of that.
Didn't read the
yeah,
handbook.
she like
Not
leaked.
sure.
He allowed her to have access to all those private files and copy them to a hard drive and steal them.
He also accepted an exorbitantly priced Grateful Dead ticket from a company, from
Yeah.
an employee.
Mhm. Fucking
um
deadheads. Can't trust them.
Deadhead
Yeah,
and
corporate deadheads. What the fuck is that about,
Yeah,
by the
right.
way?
Oh boy. And sexual deviancy, I don't know. Is there anything?
Nah, I don't think so.
I think well, I guess not. The sexual stuff all gets taken care of because the morality police about fucking safe sex or something. But
Can't have tits on the internet. Just murder.
can't have tits.
Why
But if
not?
it's murder, presume it's fake first, and then ask questions
This is an
later.
injustice.
Yeah. Anyway, now fuck him.
Buddy.
He gets. He's going to some
There's not
sentence in
enough
Cooter
nudity
court.
on the internet.
It's just not enough.
We
Mm.
need
All right,
more.
we gotta do
Turdy, disco kid!
Arthur. We gotta do Arthur.
Arthur.
Dick-
All
Montgomery.
right. I don't know.
Okay,
boys.
manipulation is through the roof. He's like very much the organized
That's all he
killer.
does.
I don't know.
Smug
who is
arrogance.
he manipulating?
Absolutely. He's smug as fuck. Who is he?
The way he-
manipulates everybody.
It's a little bit like, again, I think it's a little overplayed to the point where it's like
He's
a little
kind of
mustache twisty, but
humble.
but I give him credit for like the things he's doing some micro expressions of like the way that he like is thrilled when he sees her post on Reddit or whatever, and it's like and he does this like weird fucking pervy
Oh,
little
yeah.
smile, like
And doesn't he dance or
don't
something?
know.
He does something
doing
where
the
he
work.
steps into the spotlight or something like
I think
that.
he like bangs his fist against his hand or something.
or like beats his chest or something. Yes, he does something
Yeah.
weird. Yeah. I thought his performance was pretty good. Smug arrogance, yes. Was sexual deviancy?
sexual deviancy. I mean,
Now that I remember,
I thought that there was, but now I
not
can't
hyper
really.
specifically. I mean, like he targets a young influencer girl, but arguably, at least his reasoning would be that she's like it's
Yeah.
because of her,
Trying to get
because she's an
attention, yeah.
influencer, not
he
because
seems
she's
to just like kidnap somewhat famous people.
media or
Yeah.
Yeah,
known
media related
figures.
people. Yeah.
All right, maybe not sexual deviance then.
Not as
I thought
directly
there
anyway.
was. But patheticness,
Patheticness?
yes.
Oh my god. What a worm. Wormy little
So
fuckers.
that gives us 3: smug, arrogance, manipulation, patheticness. We're good. Looking at
Looking at
tire.
tire, I
Yeah.
mean, yeah, and I don't think that he would be able to wear his fucking mask to work exactly.
He's a decent looking serial killer.
Whoa.
I mean,
Ooh,
sure.
hey. Ooh.
Fucking
I
Ted
don't know.
Bundy
And he
chaser
kind of like
over here.
nerdy too when he's working at the little shop.
He's a he's that you fix I break you fix type shop or whatever.
Yeah.
And,
I think he's working like an AT&T, like selling phones because he's able to like look
Oh,
up
is it that? Okay.
users
Yeah, service,
of the
Yeah, he might be right.
IP
wireless
addresses.
network or whatever.
something like that. Yeah.
Yeah,
He's
so
definitely a dork, but he also like
he's a dork.
hyper dork when he talks to the police so that he can seem
Yeah.
like give himself
Yeah.
like some
That's
cover,
it's a
some
hard
smoke.
3 though, at least.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
at least a firm 3.
We got him.
3.5.
Got him.
Yeah, I think the looking at tire is definitely
4. Just give him 4. That's fine.
Just give him
That's fine.
4.
We got
That's
him.
fine. He's fucking cooter for sure.
Oh
he's,
yeah.
He's a little freaky deaky cooter.
He is
Mhm.
freaky deaky, baby.
Lock him up. Throw away the key. We got him. We got him.
Bob, are you gonna break my heart again this week?
No,
Bob?
we got to do what we've been watching. Shouts outs to the librarian. Here's a double stuffed segment. Here you go.
Hey gang, what you been watching?
Randy, I know you're about to bust what
I'm
you've been
about
watching.
to bust.
Boss it.
So, several things here. I'm going to start with some video games. Again, Mina the Hollower, I've brought that up before. I am making some progress in this game. I'm not good at it still, but I'm enjoying it a lot. It is a fucking stylish game. It's very, very like satisfying controls, and it's just a great game. I love that. Also bought the remake of Star Fox just to give it a whirl, and
Ooh, Randy.
it's fun. It's as fun as it ever was. Not worth $60.
Oh yeah, I could see that.
It's just not, it is the exact game. It just looks a lot prettier. It's got some nifty little like storytelling cutscenes for every situation. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know that I'm getting a whole lot more out of it than I got out of the 64 version, if I'm being perfectly honest with you. Certainly not as because I was a child. That's part of it. But
I watched some
but there's
videos
that.
of that just because I wanted to relive it just a bit. Look fun.
Mhm.
Look the
Yeah,
same.
it is fun. It's
Yeah.
just the same. Yeah. Let's see what else. Okay. The Strangers. Actually, Beck and I for the 4th went out of town into West Virginia, stayed in a cabin in the woods, and wanted to watch some spooky cabiny stuff. So we watched The
Whoa.
Strangers, the original Strangers. I should be clear.
Mountain
Yeah.
Mama Randy
Just
over
trying to
there.
ruin your good time, huh?
No, yeah, we watched that and Cabin Fever, as a matter of fact.
Nice.
Which was not so much of a good time. Man, my rose-colored glasses for that movie came right off.
I've rewatched it somewhat recently, and I was never really fond of it, and I was like, oh, that's better than I thought it was actually. The
Oh,
opposite.
really? See, I had been giving it way too much credit for a lot of years. I think it's unfortunate for me. Yeah, didn't love it. Let's see. I also, while we were there, I just out of morbid curiosity, I do this sometimes where I stay at an Airbnb or a cabin or whatever. If there is something in the DVD player or a provided movie or whatever that I've never heard of, I'll throw it on. And they had in there like an oscilloscope movie called It's a Disaster. And I was like, this could be anything. There was no like graphic to tell you what it was on the disc, and there was no case. It's like fucking blind watch. Let's go. And it's a comedy. It's in like an ensemble comedy with like David Cross and Julia Stiles and a few other people. And they're having a couples brunch at their like, whatever yuppie household or whatever. And while they're there, some sort of major chemical attack happens across the United States, and they don't realize it until like midway through the movie. And all this drama is happening. One of them's about to storm out, and then the dude in a hazmat suit is at their door. And like, I don't want to go too deeply past that, but it is, it's fun. It's a dark comedy. I think it's like, it's got a little bit of that like, it's just a bottle thing. It's very much like a little bit of relationship-y, foibles of humanity sort of thing. But it's like, I don't know. It's silly at the same time. So I liked it. Also, while we were there, watched Heavyweights, which was as impeccably good as it ever has been.
Classic.
Also, because we watched that, Beck informed me of a podcast a miniseries, which I didn't write down the name of it here. I'm gonna have to look it up and bring it up next week. That is I don't know, it's true crime. I guess it is true crime about the camp that was like the inspiration for that film. And it's got like a lot of that stuff that's in the movie is like pretty much lifted from the story of this camp. What was it? Fuck, I can't even remember the name of the camp. I'm gonna have to mention it next week. But it's pretty interesting. I haven't finished it yet, but yeah, there's some shit going on at this camp. It's not like the deepest, darkest true crime of all time. But
Then I don't want to watch it.
yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's interesting though, and boy, I love that fucking movie. Also been watching the Bear season 5. I'm just to the final 2 episodes, and I fucking love this show. Like a lot of people were down on the last couple seasons. I still liked it quite a lot, but this one is definitely like it's ramped up again, like to a fucking incredible level. I love the performances in this thing. The tension is perfect. It's great. I enjoy it. Let's see. I watched finally the revival mini series Malcolm in the Middle. Life is still unfair.
Oh boy.
And I was curious about that. I like that show a lot. I really respect that movie or respect that show. And the revival did a pretty good job. I would say it was pretty fun. Like it was probably on par with the series. That series was never like perfect by any means. So I think it lived up to the pretty good status of the original material. And I think that I do think that they were kind of angling to make it an ongoing revival series, and that did not pan out. I don't think it has enough juice for that. So, what did you not like it?
No, I haven't seen it.
You always knew.
Oh, the way you guys were reacting, I thought you guys both watched it and hated it or something.
I haven't seen a second.
We're just being snooty.
You are snooty.
It's not
And then last but
art, Randy. Okay.
last but not least, there's Touch Me, which we had an extended conversation about, and I talked about with several people because as I was watching, I was like, "What's going on with this fucking thing?" Yeah, not the biggest fan of that movie, but also also not loathsome. Didn't completely hate it either. Had some good things about it, but very, very strange, that one. I will reserve the insane amount of commentary that I have for that movie for an episode if we ever do one. But yeah, that's it. That's the list. The list is done.
Randy
Soji,
Bust.
what about you?
I continued on my James Bond watching, and I watched the 4th one, Spectre, which I guess I'd never seen before, and I was really surprised at how goofy they started to lean into it, because some of the jokes that they are not necessarily jokes, but things that they would do, like in the first one, like Casino Royale or whatever, comment on about how much more grounded this James Bond was. Like, he didn't have exploding gadgets and shit like that. But in 4th, they just like had the car that had the guns in it and flames shooting out and exploding watches and shit like that. I was really surprised actually about how kind of goofy it started to get, or lean into that kind of stuff. It was not very good.
I think that's like the worst of the Daniel Craig, widely regarded as the worst thing. I've never seen it.
Yeah, it was just a weird tone shift, and also it's kind of boring.
Oh, that's not good.
Yeah.
It's not good to have all that shit going on and still be boring.
No. Yeah, it just I think I will just forget it mostly.
Deleted.
I rewatched Audition to prepare for my Takashi Miike interview, and whoa, yeah, it's got some exciting things in it.
Coming out next week.
Exciting, sexually exciting things.
Whoa. So yeah, that was a good rewatch. And I did watch, I think, around like 17 or 18 new films at the BFON Film Festival, which I'll be covering in my wrap up. But they did another thing that they're going to be doing for, I guess, the next 3 years. They're doing this 99 classic Asian cinema type of thing. So they did 33 this year, and then the next 3 years they'll do 33. But so one of the ones I got to do, and they're having a lot of the directors come in or actors come in and do guest visits with them. So they did like Train to Busan. They also did Save the Green Planet, which is the movie that
Oh.
Begonia is based on. So I had seen it before. I got to rewatch that, but then the director did a Q&A, which I filmed, and I'll put it up on our YouTube. It's all in Korean, but still, maybe it'll auto translate English. I don't know, but so yeah, that was cool, and he was such a goofy, fun guy. Huge nerd. He had a shirt on that said "I love ET." That's great.
Nice.
Yeah, so that was a good rewatch, and that's all I've been watching other than Be Fun stuff.
Sick.
Bob, what you been watching, my guy?
Bunch of stuff. So yeah, last week was the 4th of July, so had to rewatch Jaws, Independence Day, and Return of the Living Dead, of course. Thank you, Randy. Watched the American soccer team get their asses absolutely beaten.
Oh no.
Yeah, it was the only game that I had watched. And yeah, it was terrible.
Bobby cursed it.
Dude,
I don't think
that's
I
me every
cursed
time
it.
I watch the Jaguars. I only watch when they're
That
doing
is
well,
true.
and then the minute I do, they tank like shit. You guys do not want me
Randy.
watching the Jags
Don't.
play.
Don't watch
do
them.
it, Randy.
I watched a new release on Shudder called Dream Eater, and this is a found footage movie that had a really small theatrical release last, I want to say like December, and it's from Eli Roth's production company called The Horror Section. It's the second movie they've put out so far, and it's about this couple they're going through a difficult situation because the guy is having these like really extreme kind of night terrors. Well, they're not really night
I'm
terrors. I
in.
forget. They have like a specific name for it that I forget that I never heard before, but he's like sleepwalking and like doing and saying fucked up shit when he's sleepwalking. They've got a specific word for it. And
Somnambulist? I don't know.
my boy's some ambulance, you see.
I see.
So
Yep. Those are the words I said.
They go out to this cabin in the middle of nowhere to like get away from it all because they think that's gonna help for some reason, which doesn't really make a lot of sense. And the sleep therapist that they're seeing, tells his girlfriend to film as much as she can, which again doesn't make any sense to me because like you should only film when he's asleep doing these fucked up things. But anyway, she films the entire stay. There's a lot of things that didn't really make sense to me, but I didn't love it. I think if you just fucking love found footage, like Randy, like you do, you might get more out of this than I did. I just found it to be like okay overall. I didn't hate it necessarily. I just had kind of like some of the decisions were just like kind of questionable to me. Not terrible though. Definitely seen
I'll
worse.
check it out. Just like more than the found footage aspect is like the night terror-y sleepwalking thing. That's all up my alley.
You just living that life, dog.
I'm living that life
That's
quite
your
literally.
life, Randy.
If only you could get back to
Yeah.
film you when you're doing fucked up shit.
Then we could put it
Who says
online,
that-
baby, and
Oh,
make
we'll
some
be rich and
money.
I'll be so rich off your terror. It'll be
hell
great.
yeah.
Oh, she's a fancy flapjack.
You're a fancy flapjack, Randy.
Also,
Don't I know
speaking
it.
of Shudder, Joe Bob did his Savage Summer double feature this past Friday. And I was gonna do a watch party, but I think this most recent update on Zoom, they've now caught on to where they will not let you screen share if you're streaming something.
Oh,
So I don't know if I can
really?
do that anymore. Yeah, because it was all working fine. And as soon as I would screen
Yeah.
share, it would just go black. Like the audio would still come through, but the screen would
Might
just go
be a
black.
live chat sort of thing from now on.
Yeah, maybe so. Anyway, the first
Or I
movie.
wonder if you could like, oh,
Let's problem solve this after.
Yeah, we'll
Yeah.
figure it out later. The first movie that he showed was I Spit on Your Grave. And
oh,
I could have sworn
Okay.
that I had seen this already. and it started rolling, and I was like, I absolutely have not seen this because you don't forget it. You won't forget
Yeah,
this
I think I
movie.
have seen it.
It's fucked up, man. It's tough.
Yeah.
He
That's the one where
said,
I don't
the
want
girls are going to
this.
concert or a girl is going to a
no,
concert. Oh,
no,
okay,
it's one woman played by Camille Keaton who's going out to a cabin in the woods to get away from the bustling city to try and finish her
yeah.
book, and these four dudes
Oh
they
no, I
just
haven't.
start harassing her, and then they all just like take turns
Oh, no.
sexually assaulting her. And it's like from when they start harassing her to like the end of the sexual assault, it's like 25 minutes, dude.
Jesus Christ, dude.
It's like several rounds of it, and it's just like fucking relentless. It's tough to watch, man. So it's a one and done for me. I never want to watch it again for sure.
I
But
guess I haven't seen that one.
Joe Bob said he tried to host that on every previous iteration of a show, and everybody told him no for fucking obvious reasons. But Shudder, because they had basically already fired him, they were like, "Fucking do what you want. You're on your way out anyway." So he was finally able to do it. Camille Keaton was a guest on there too, so she was able to speak about her experience with it at length, and all of that stuff is really interesting. So I would recommend, like, if you don't want to watch the movie, and I don't blame you if you don't, check out the Q&A
Joe
with
Bob
Camille
portion.
Keaton and stuff. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Interesting.
Yikes.
The second movie he did was Tokyo Gore Police. I didn't stay up for that because it was like midnight, and I just can't hang
Never seen
anymore.
that either.
So, well, Randy, you can watch it with Joe Bob commentary now. I also watched Project Hail Mary, which is now on Amazon.
The
Excuse
Gosling
me.
movie, isn't it?
Yeah, Ryan
Yeah.
Gosling's latest like sci-fi kind of thing. It's about all the stars in the galaxy are like slowly starting to die, and they can't figure out why. And there's one star that is not dying, so they stick Ryan Gosling on a ship with some other scientists and send him out there to go investigate that one star and try and figure out how it's not dying, so maybe they could save the sun and we can all not die. And there's like some alien stuff involved. I won't spoil any of it. It's good though. I enjoyed it quite a bit. It's a bit of a long film. It's like 2 hours, 20 minutes or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's long, but it's good, and it's largely Ryan Gosling and a thing
Alien.
yeah, just a weird
The
thing.
movie, I don't know how it was in the States, but it like blew up in Korea. It
Yeah.
was like in
It made a
theaters
shitload of money.
so long.
Really?
Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah,
So it's one I got to see in theaters. Yeah.
it's pretty good. Last thing I got here is shouts outs to Video Ghosts, which is a locally owned company here in Jacksonville. Dude Gage has been hosting a lot of screenings around town, and they were celebrating their 1 year anniversary this past weekend. He showed like 3 different movies. They did Tammy and the T-Rex, this documentary
Oh, wow.
called Stolen Kingdom, and then Srigala, which is like the Indian remake, like loose remake of Friday the 13th.
I've wanted to see that Stolen Kingdom. Like people have been bringing it up to me. How was it?
It was good. That's the screening that we went to, and it was the second time he hosted a screening of it. The first time the director was there. He wasn't there this time, unfortunately. But it's about people who are, I guess you would call them urban explorers, but they specifically explore like condemned, closed sections of Disney World in Orlando. And there was, I guess, a few years ago, a pretty big scandal that came out where like one of the animatronics on one of the rides that had been condemned for quite a while was stolen, and these things cost tens of thousands of dollars to make, I would assume. And the police got involved, and like yeah, it was a whole scandal. And there's like a really famous basketball player whose name I forget, who was like buying a lot of stolen stuff because he was just really,
really?
into Disney. And he got found out and like just returned all the stuff that he bought.
Yeah.
There's only one guy on the documentary that's actually stealing stuff, and he admitted to it, and he got caught, and he was a cocky little son of a bitch. But everybody else on there was just like doing the urban exploring thing and like taking pictures and like
There's
filming
condemned
stuff.
areas of Disney World in Orlando.
There's abandoned
Yeah.
areas. Yeah.
Oh,
well,
really?
Yeah, like I've
abandoned
been
and
actually following this
condemned.
guy's stuff. Like he's a
Yeah.
YouTube like he has YouTube documentaries about this stuff, and I've
Yeah.
watched a lot of those. But like Bright Sun Films is his production company,
That
I
seems
believe.
Yes.
weird,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
No, it is, and it's like it's kind of like it's kind of like creepypasta adjacent stuff where it's like kind of spooky. That there was famously there was an entire water park called River Country that was just abandoned because and like blocked off and sealed
In
from view
Orlando?
because somebody
Yeah.
because somebody like caught a flesh eating bacteria there or some shit because it was actual like lake water in Lake Buena Vista. So somebody caught. I don't know. I don't remember if that was true or just the rumor, but one way or the other, it was shut down, and there's all kinds of spooky tales about it. And that's like one of many things. So, whenever they sometimes they just close a ride because it's not doing well or whatever, or close a thing or close an area, and they
Just
don't know
let
what to
it
do with
sit
it, so
for
it
a
just
while,
sits
yeah.
there and it rots. So
yeah,
there's
but
a lot of
it's
videos. of
even if
people
they
doing
close like a ride, it's still up in the park, right?
it's there. Yeah, it's there.
So
and
they
it's
got to
just-
go into Disney World
Yes,
and
yeah.
sneak,
They sneak
into
in.
the
Yeah.
ride.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yes,
They
it's a
go-
risky business.
Like, so what? At least one of the guys was like a previous employee, so like he kind of knew the lay of the land
Okay.
and stuff.
Mhm.
And he knew like how to steal badges and like get access into areas and then return the badges before the
Jesus.
people who actually showed up to work and needed
Jesus
them
Christ.
would get there. So like he
That's
knew a lot.
ridiculous.
That
But
is
there's-
ridiculous.
There's one little island in the center of whatever that lake is, where like the Polynesian and like all the really nice resorts are around that one big lake, whatever it's called. And there's an island that you used to be able to go to, take boats out
Yeah.
to and stuff. And like
Discovery
that-
Island, something like that.
Yes, Discovery Island. And that shit, like there's two guys that like snuck out onto the island and you see their
I
footage.
remember
and
watching the video
like
when they
fucking-
saw.
It's like Jurassic Park The Lost World is what it looks like, dude. It's like
Cool.
crazy. Yeah.
That's pretty sweet.
But there's like clearly at one point was like vagrants living there and shit. Like
Oh,
there's
no.
stuff there, like or at least there was last time
On
I
the
heard.
Stuff
about it.
island?
and
Damn.
shit. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's interesting. Stolen Kingdom. The director he's like doing a short tour with it. I don't punch it into your Google. I can't tell you where he's going to be off the top of my head. But if you're interested in like Disney stuff, check it out. It was
Cool.
funny. It was interesting. There was like some sad moments. The movie had some range actually, so it was good. And that is all I have been watching. We do have two
Hell yeah.
voicemails now, so let's go ahead and jump into our hotline screams.
Hotline scream.
If you guys would like to call and leave a voicemail to be featured on this here show, hit us up at 904-638-3231. First up tonight, we're going to hear from your boy Juice, aka Jules. Let's hear what he's got to
Jules.
say.
It's definitely Jules.
My message is probably gonna fucking suck. But hey guys, it's your boy the real Juice from North Korea. And like, yeah, dude, like the fuck? Like Jib Gyllenhaal fucking on my mom is not fucking happening. Like, I had to think about it, and I was like, would I be cool with, you know, let's be honest, like, Jake Gyllenhaal banging my mom? And then I had to think about it. I was like, well, he could be my friend, and then he could be my stepdad. And what would that entail? And then Maggie Gyllenhaal would be like my stepsister. And we'd just be fucking riding out, like living our Dark Knight dreams, you know? I don't know. It's a hard question. That was the question, right? Like, I don't know. I think the real question is, like, could Chucky, like, make you scared in real life? Anyway, guys, I'm not driving anymore. I'm riding the fucking bus. I love you guys. Keep the shit up. You the homies. You the riders. You the diers. And, like, we getting pliers and ripping this shit off the fucking ground because I don't know where the fucking bottom to the floor is. But if we're talking about Jake Gyllenhaal banging my mom, like, definitely, dude. he has full permission. Bang my mom away. Anyway, you homies, like, would you let fucking Jake Gyllenhaal bang your mom?
Let him.
Don't know. I just thought I'd just pop back up and see how the homies are doing. I miss you guys. I love you. I'm over here about to pour one up for y'all. You know, drinking the fucking Still Reserve. Eating the glizzies. Hopefully I had a good 4th of July. Happy 4th of July. I love you.
Buddy,
Jules has a
this
tight
one-
grip on the gate that regulates his mother's vagina.
Fuck buddies. Yeah, like
he has to co-sign on that.
Dude.
This one voicemail justifies years of us doing this segment to me. This
Jules.
is everything I ever hoped it could be. I love that so much. Old Jig and Meg Gyllenhaal.
Jules is
Riding
tore up,
out.
I think.
Oh my
Yeah.
god! I
Had
don't
a
remember.
couple
Did we
cans.
Where
make
is
a?
the bottom
J-
of
j-
the floor?
Where is it? We don't know. We have to have
we
pliers.
can't. We don't
to
have the
find out.
science. We don't have the technology.
We don't
Yeah,
have the
I
technology.
don't-
That technology is pliers.
I don't remember talking about Jake Gyllenhaal banging
don't-
moms.
I think we were joking
Did we
about
make a
it.
joke,
gag about
yeah.
it?
I don't
was wondering.
remember. I don't remember if we actually asked a question about it.
I don't
or
think
not.
we asked a question. Maybe,
Maybe we
you
did
I could be
jokingly.
wrong.
It's like
I could be
you
very
want
wrong.
Yeah,
But you know, fair is fair. If he answered that question, I'm going to answer it too, and I'm going to say no, Jig. You stay the hell away from my mother.
I
God
mean,
damn
if
it.
Jig
She's
is
a
going to be
saint.
my stepdad and I can just like ride his coattails,
We're gonna
like,
be
maybe-
friends,
maybe.
you know?
You right as what?
And then
Coattails?
you get to bang
Right
your
as what?
stepsister, you know?
Um,
Maggie.
and we'll call it the aristocrats.
Oh god.
Damn.
Hey Maggie, you
That
want a
was
glizzy?
some kind
Maggie.
of voicemail. Whoa, thanks for calling in, Jules.
Yeah, thanks for calling, dude.
Yeah, man, keep them coming.
Yeah,
Keep
man.
them glizzies, my dude. Drink your
Ho-
Steel Reserve.
Hope you're doing well, and
Peace.
you know what? I hope Jig Gyllenhaal does plow your mom. Good luck.
Good luck,
Good
buddy.
luck.
We're all pulling for Jig to plow your mom.
Really pulling
Godspeed.
for it. Yeah.
Good luck.
Last but not least, we actually got a voicemail that slid into our DMs as we were recording this here episode. So next up, we're gonna hear from Shaboy Midnight Mike. Hopefully, he doesn't say anything real fucked up. We'll find out.
Let's
together.
find out.
We couldn't edit it out if he did.
What's up,
Nope.
boys? Midnight Mike. Yeah, I'm calling about the Faces of Death prom. I watched the new movie. It was, I don't know, it was alright. I didn't really like it, but the ending was pretty cool, seeing the protagonist and antagonist just both lose their shit. I did enjoy that, so it made it a little worth it. But, yeah, the OG Faces of Death. So my mother and my aunt owned a video store as we were growing up, which was super cool. And we were young, so we got to watch all the things we weren't supposed to. And we were told not to watch that, and we did, but we knew it was fake. But it was still just, it made you feel dirty. But nowadays, it's like so hard to believe anything. Like everything online just seems fake. Like I see something, I'm like, that's fake. Say I. Like, I mean, fuck, this podcast might be fake, you know? But there was one film called Banned in America, and that shit was wild. And it was not, in fact, banned in America because it was produced and distributed in America, but it was like news, like the beginning was like a helicopter, like watching this guy on a bridge trying to commit suicide and like a truck lighting it on fire. He doesn't do that after he feels the fire, then he blows his head off, like stuff like that. And that shit was wild, but it was definitely gross and real. But yeah, remember the days of the internet though in the 2000s? Like, I don't know if you, there's three things that stick out in my head. One was this picture called Goatsy, I think it was, like Gotz maybe. And it was like a close-up of a guy's asshole that he shoved a beer bottle in and it broke. That was fucking gross. And then there is Tub Girl, which if you don't know what that shit is, it's literal shit like you've never seen it. And you should look it up, especially you, Bob. And also, who could forget Two Girls, One Cup?
Oh.
That shit was real, and it was gross. But yeah, I'm just gonna hang up now and leave you guys with that. All right,
dude.
That's God. This is such a strong week.
God.
Yes, I'm familiar with fucking Goatsy. I don't.
Randy's always talking about Goatsy.
Oh yeah,
Goatsy
that's Randy's go-to.
It's fucked up, but it's really funny to joke about. I don't know. You see, like, there's an internet creator called Internet Comment Etiquette, and he like makes off color jokes or whatever all the time. But like one of the things that his community does that I'm like on their Discord or whatever is they find images, logos, whatever that resemble Goatsy, which is quite literally just a dude holding his asshole open like this.
Oh God!
There's a surprising amount of Goatsy influence into the world out there, is all I'm saying. Also, you missed Mr. Hands, you missed Rotten.com, you missed
Rotten.com,
like,
yeah.
There was one called that I saw as a kid called steakandcheese.com.
Steak and cheese, yeah.
Boy.
I looked
shit
it up.
Fucked me up.
Too much
the early
fucked up
internet
stuff on there.
was
This is fucked up, man.
It's the current internet's fucked up. It's all fucked up. It's just now it's fucked up for a profit instead of for fun.
Randy, do you remember your personal favorite website, Me at Spin?
Oh, Me at Spin?
Yeah.
That was one of my favorites. That was real.
I wonder if that's still going.
There was a time in my life when I would
go
tell
until
people
it's going.
that there's an amazing like journalistic like story or whatever about working at Spin Magazine, about this person, like they're detailing their experiences, and it's crazy stories. You got to check it out. And it's meatspin.com, which the eagle-eyed perverts amongst us might recognize that as actually being a meatspin.com, which is a website where you would go see an animated GIF of a dude riding another dude's dick while his dick is spinning in a full 360 in the air.
That meat is
and they just count the amount of times the meat spins. There's a counter that counts up.
You gotta count it.
That's just an amazing website. Nothing wrong with that, in my view.
Oh God! You remember when we were working
boys.
at a certain establishment and we looked
she
at our
gets it in every
boss's
time.
internet search
Oh my
history,
God, dude! Yeah,
it said hogrock.com.
Hog
We're like,
Rock
what the fuck is
Cafe.
hogrockcafe.com? And we're like, what is
And
that?
we
We
s-
clicked on.
we saw an animated. Oh my God! We saw an animated GIF that he was
Oh.
looking at in the history of a young lady shooting a billiard ball out of her cooch and hitting the 8-ball in, and we just like.
We joked that he didn't know that it was.
No,
a
he didn't know it
loop.
was like.
It was a-
oh,
yeah.
he didn't know it was a loop. He's like, shit's in it every time. That's crazy.
She's great.
Isn't that crazy?
She's great.
He had no idea.
She's
never misses.
incredible. Hits shit in
Never
every
misses.
time.
Shit's in it every time, boys.
Look at this.
Disgusting
Look at
life and world that we live in.
Oh, and another
Teenage
thing. Oh,
boys. Oh my God.
Oh no!
Well,
it's still funny though.
we only found it because a very not teenage man was looking at it.
Well, yeah.
It's true.
Man,
Oh,
yeah,
boy.
all that. The
Oh,
Two Girls,
boy.
One Cup. I couldn't finish it. I got like 12 seconds in. I was like, nope, can't do it. That's it. That's enough. That's plenty.
Yo.
Shit's in it every time. I never did watch. I never did watch Two Girls.
I
One
thought we
Cup,
all
but
watched
I do
it
believe that was
together.
fake. No,
I
you
think
guys
it is
watched it, and I
fake,
refused.
yeah.
I
It's
think.
it's fake. It's
I think
definitely
it's
fake.
That's what I
Still-
was told after the fact. Anyway.
I thought wasn't it our boy K Carl who showed us that?
Probably.
That's possible.
He
That's
showed
very
us.
Possible.
He
feel
just knew
like-
the fucked up stuff.
I
just
I
knew.
thought we all watched that.
He
at
just
least
knew
started to watch it
innately
together.
in his
yeah.
bones.
He had his
Yeah.
pulse on it. You know what I'm
Oh
saying?
yeah, his
Yeah.
pulse on the people.
Mhm.
He
On
I
the
got
fucked
my
up shit.
pulse on the people.
It's a new expression
Oh,
I'm
man.
workshopping.
I'm just
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
really.
I
really
think we
coming
all
together.
get exactly what that means. No confusion whatsoever.
It sounds a little long in the tooth, if I'm being honest.
Ooh, I guess.
Oh,
Well, we got
boys.
the old 10, boys.
Yeah,
Let's move it
Yeah,
along.
yeah. Thanks for calling Midnight Mike, and for there's a little walk down memory lane there. Fucked up memory lane.
Thank you.
Fucking horrible memory lane.
Again, if you guys want to call in, hit us up at 904-638-3231. Next week, we're going to be talking about the new Evil Dead movie, Evil Dead Burn. Check it out. Get ready for next week's show. Do you guys have any prompts you want to throw out there for next week?
Ooh. What are you looking for? I know that this Evil Dead is going to be followed by one that is period piece Evil Dead, if I'm not mistaken. Like that's
okay.
the next one coming in
Yeah,
the pipeline.
1970s, I think.
70s,
Evil Dead
is it?
Wrath.
Oh,
yeah.
just 70s. Oh.
Yeah,
I thought it was
yeah.
older than that. Well, yeah. I was just gonna ask, like, what's your what do you want? What do you want to come next in the Evil Dead canon? What's it gonna be for you? What setting? Is there some sort of unique twist that you have in mind that you think would be cool? I don't know. This one took place in a snowy environment. That was a little interesting.
That was different, slightly.
That was different.
Very slightly different.
I'm
yeah.
personally like I liked that Rise took it completely out of the woods entirely. Like, so I don't know. I'm kind of into that. Also, like, and I do love an old timey or a sorry, not old timey, a anachronistic like period piece sort of thing. So like if they did like the 1900s, like 1900s London, Jack the Ripper or some era sort of shit, that would be cool.
Dude, yeah. Do that. Do something different, please. That's what I'll say.
Yeah, something different.
So yeah, call in. Let us know about your Evil Dead takes. What would you like to see? What's your brilliant idea that you want to put on the internet for free forever? Hit us up and let us know. So yeah, check out Evil Dead Burn. We'll be back next week with a brand new show. And until then, as always, all you mother truckers, please keep chilling.